We had had this archive for 20-something years. We got it in 1999. There was so much stuff going on, exciting historical projects on the history of the Hill District and Black Pittsburgh more generally. And I knew we had this gospel collection, but nobody had ever really looked into it or really even figured out what it was. So Charles Pace would take his negative photographs and place them on a flat metal printing plate. And in fact, he took this very photograph right here and placed it on top of this plate right here. You could put them all in order, and we had about 140 pieces of music that didn't exist in any other library in the world, and might be completely lost except for these materials that we had in the archive. Charles Pace, it turns out, was one of the first gospel composers and first publishers of gospel music. So what we had in our collection was incredibly important historically.
I think when I learned as an adult, I recognized, God, he was smart. Just a little ahead of his time, maybe. I remember working in our music store in my late teens. And of course, we went to the various churches. So I knew half the pastors in town by name. It was just a wonderful time.
Lord God, we are in awe and amazed that you would choose us out of all of the, just as was mentioned, the many choirs that you could have chosen, that you chose us.
Tonight we were working on 6 pieces that I chose from the Charles Pace Publishing Company that have never been published. We're going to debut those pieces on March 25th at 7 o'clock at Ebenezer Baptist Church. It's a celebration of the life of Charles and Frankie Pace. Pittsburgh was a stopover point for jazz musicians and blues musicians back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So this is another niche in the history of Pittsburgh in the music field.
I'll be very interested to see how true they stay to the music, what they do with it. I'm looking forward to hearing songs I haven't heard in 40 years.
Here we go. 3 and go. Tell me now.